Yes, guys, welcome back to another trade recap, and this is our first loss of 2026. Now, this trade was taken on Euro USD on Friday, which was 2 days ago. I'm filming on Sunday. Um, so yeah, this was the first loss. As you can see, I mean, most people would see this and think you must have been so annoyed because we literally got stopped out and price just rallied to TP. But let's dive straight into why and how we took this trade. So, as always, starting on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we are in a downtrend. If we pull out the path tool, which is very, very useful for finding trends, we can see that we were ultimately in a downtrend, creating lower lows, lower highs, and then we created a lower low down here. So we were simply anticipating a lower high in the market, okay, to then create a lower low, which is exactly what we did, but we just didn't catch that part, okay? And you can see I pulled this fib out as well, which was interesting from this move, from this 4-hour recent move, and we tapped perfectly into that. But again, price just swept once more and went without us. But on the hourly, again, we want to be looking to align with the 4-hour and be in a downtrend as well. And we can see clearly that we are creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we were anticipating lower highs in this area to then create a lower low, which is exactly what we did. So it was a very, very unfortunate trade. You can see that every single piece of analysis was absolutely spot on. But if we drop to the lower time frames, we can see exactly why we took this trade. So if we pull out the sessions indicator by Lux Algo, we can see Asia session over here. And we swept that. And then we simply waited for a market structure shift to the downside, which we got here. So we can see, how do we determine our market structure shift? It is the last low in the market when we're looking to sell that printed a higher high afterwards. Okay, so we're in an uptrend. We created a lower low, a higher low, and then a higher high. So we are looking to break this higher low in the market. And we can see we had a candle closure down here. So that turned us into a downtrend. And then from there, we simply... So once we determined our market structure shift point, and we can see clearly that the 5-minute time frame is now downwards as well, pointing downwards in a downtrend, we then pull the fib out from this move, from the high to the low, and wait patiently for a tap into the equilibrium. 0.5 on the fib. These are my fib settings for anyone that is interested as well. We can see, copy and paste that. And if you want the free strategy, free PDF on my strategy, it will be linked in the bio, and it's in the free Discord. So make sure you join that. And then once we tapped into the fib range, we messed around for a little bit, if I remember rightly. We didn't create any imbalances here whatsoever. We just sort of messed around a little bit. And then the first bullish imbalance that got inversed was here. We can see we had a bullish imbalance here, and we had a candle closure below there. So that is where we entered. And then we simply targeted a 2 risk to reward fixed, which is what I always target. And stop loss above the high of the market structure shift move as well. And we can see that price came down a little bit, rejected from that area we wanted it to, but swept once more and then absolutely rallied to where our TP would have been, which is very, very unfortunate. But these things happen in trading. You can't predict everything exactly 100% correctly. We can see, and most people would be absolutely fuming with this and end up revenge trading, doing silly things that they shouldn't be doing. But for me, I wasn't even annoyed, because I looked at the positives out of a very negative situation, and I said to myself, you know what? I got the bias absolutely spot on. I was trading my strategy, which I know works 60 to 70% of the time, giving me wins 60 to 70% of the time. And this was just one of those 30% trades, okay? And you cannot predict that, and you've got to look at the positives out of any negative situation. I predicted this downwards move almost perfectly. It was that small percentage chance that price swept again and then rallied to the downside. But every single piece of analysis was absolutely spot on, as always, because I will not trade anything other than my strategy. Okay, so yeah, that is the recap of this trade. If you did like this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any more videos like this. And if you are interested in learning exactly how I trade, then linked in the description will be apply for VIP button. And if you click on that, you can book a completely free call with us via the PDF. and we will get you straight into the VIP. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.